I think a lot of it comes from the school system. I think kids are taught that school is supposed to look and be a certain way, and that the teacher has all the answers. And so a lot of kids really struggle with that uncomfortability to know that there has to be a little bit of a struggle, and sometimes they just want you to tell them, like, what is the answer? Like, I'll just give it to you. Like, just tell me what it is and I'll give it to you. And I think because, that starts really early, they're told, like, you need to just sit and listen to the teacher, but like, what does that really mean? And so they never were really like creators of what they were doing. And so I think the biggest challenge is actually just breaking what we did to them previously, or what like their perception of school was before maybe they even came in, that they're just supposed to sit and be quiet and like produce answers that are already predetermined. And so I think that's what I've seen is kind of the biggest struggle. Like with the way that we do math, it's a lot of like, how do you think you should solve it? What would you do to solve this? And a lot of that, they're like, just tell me a formula how you want me to solve it. And so there can be a lot of like struggle and some crying and some stuff from the beginning when you do that. But they start to, the more that you just kind of push through that, and they realize that it's okay to be, wrong, or there's not really a wrong, because it's all that growth process. Yeah. They kind of move past it. But I mean, we just always have to keep going back to that, because sometimes they'll get stuck in that mindset again. Like, it's hard, just give me the answer.
In thinking about learner agency, I think it's about what motivates students. What can they attach to? What kind of relationships are they building with their educators? What kind of relationships are they building with their teammates? And it's really about a much bigger picture. And I actually think that there's an opportunity to start that kind of process much earlier in education. If we could teach younger students in elementary to learn that piece, I think by the time they get to us in high school, that it could really be an effective collaborative kind of a success.
And it's like, we undid it for so long, and now I'm telling you to do it again. It just feels really disconjointed for them in some ways, because it's like, I was told not to do that. And I'm like, no, I want you to do it. Mm-hmm. You want me to tear apart the stool and make it into a bookshelf? Yeah, I want you to do it. I mean, it's sort of anti everything that they're taught to do. Right. And so when we say, like, okay, so this year's class, I love them, but they're so needy. They followed me around for the first 3 weeks like chickens, like everything they did. Look what I did. See, is it good enough? Is it good enough? Is it good? And I'm like, guys, that's not the way we're going to operate in here. Yeah. You do not need an adult to tell you if it's good enough.